Hello, welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this week's chapter of Ballet by Lacey Rice.
There comes a moment in every teen's life when they decide to do something stupid. So, what did my best friend Lucas and I do that was stupid in our teen years? Did we drive faster than 100 miles per hour on the interstate and pray that there are no cops in our path? Did we shoot Roman candles at each other and hope no one gets hurt? No, what we did was far worse than that. This is our story. Thank goodness it is Friday, I kept thinking to myself as I pushed open the front door to my house. I quickly flung my book bag onto the couch. I was glad to get rid of it and my schoolwork for the moment. I still believe it should be a crime for teachers to assign book reports and math homework on Fridays. Following closely behind me, my best friend Lucas was still trying to catch his breath from our 1.5-mile walk from the high school to here. We normally catch the bus home, but unfortunately, due to an unscheduled detour at the snack machine, so Lucas could grab a snack, we missed the bus. "Owen, are you sure about this?" Lucas whispered with a hint of skepticism, making sure our conversation remained discreet. We talked about our ideas the whole walk home. We had a plan, and now there was a real decent shot that if we say the wrong thing, we can really screw something up. "Trust me," I reassured him. "Let me do the talking, and I promise everything will work out." Lucas rolled his eyes but continued to shadow me as we moved toward the kitchen, where my mom and Lucas's mom, Mrs. Troyer, were engrossed in a card game. Both women glanced up as we entered. Tired, Lucas opened the fridge and grabbed a bottle of water for himself before sitting down next to his mother. "So, how was school?" my mom inquired. "Endless," I responded wearily. "Mr. Adams is going to kill us with homework, and we missed the bus home, so we had to walk home." My mom chuckled, glancing over at Lucas and raising an eyebrow. "You two seem exhausted." "We are," Lucas said, guzzling down his water. My mom exchanged a knowing look with Mrs. Troyer, and they both laughed. "Well, boys, I hope you've learned your lesson about missing the bus," my mom teased. Lucas and I exchanged a quick glance, attempting to conceal our shared secret. The plan we concocted during our walk home involved a bit of deception, and we needed to play our cards right to ensure success. "Well, Mom, Lucas and I decided that we want to do something after school on Tuesdays and Thursdays." "Like joining a club?" Mom asked. I hesitated for a moment, exchanging a quick glance with Lucas. We hadn't exactly planned out how we were going to reveal our daring adventure to our mothers. Not exactly a club," I stammered, trying to sound casual. We were thinking more along the lines of, I let my words trail off a little as I thought about what I was going to say. "We were thinking about joining a ballet class," Lucas said from his chair. Both moms looked at Lucas, surprise evident on their faces. Mrs. Troyer tilted her head, trying to comprehend the unexpected revelation. My mom, caught off guard, blinked a few times before breaking into laughter. "Ballet?" she exclaimed, sharing an amused glance with Mrs. Troyer. "Well, that's quite an unexpected choice, boys. I never knew you had an interest in dance." Lucas shot me a look like he just regretted saying what he had said. Good, he should be sorry for not following my lead. "Yeah," I said with a sigh. "I heard ballet helps football players with the work, and I want to give it a try for next season, and Lucas is going to join me, for support. The first class for beginners is on Monday, and every week there are classes on Monday and Fridays." Mom didn't seem convinced, and she gave Mrs. Troyer a look. "Look, boys, how do I put this, you're not exactly ballet material." I had to agree with Mom there. Neither Lucas nor I are not in great shape. "Well, Mom, that's where you come in. I said now, putting my hands together. This should be good. Mom muttered to Mrs. Troyer while taking a drink from her soda bottle. Both women laughed a little. Well, we need your magic, I said. With you we can get turned into two 10-year-olds and be the right type for ballet. That way I can work on my graceful footwork and Lucas can help me with my goal. My mom and Mrs. Troyer exchanged bemused glances, clearly not expecting such an unusual request. I could see the skepticism in my mom's eyes, but she played along, putting on a thoughtful expression. So, let me get this straight, she began, stifling a laugh. You want me to use my magic to turn you both into 10-year-olds so you can take ballet classes without anyone suspecting? Lucas and I nodded, trying our best to appear sincere and earnest. I could sense the challenge ahead, but convincing our mothers was the first step in executing our outlandish plan. Well, this is going to take some time to think about. Why don't you two go up to your room and we will let you know what we decide. Ecstatic that our moms hadn't outright dismissed our absurd proposal, Lucas and I practically sprinted up the stairs to my room. Once inside, we closed the door and exchanged wide-eyed glances, both of us grinning from ear to ear. We're in, Lucas exclaimed, unable to contain his excitement. I nodded, feeling a mix of thrill and nervousness. Yeah, but we have to be careful. We can't let them catch on or figure out that we're not actually serious about ballet. Lucas flopped down onto my bed, staring at the ceiling with a mischievous glint in his eyes. This is going to be epic. This is one of your best plans yet. We can get close to Monica. My eyes widened at the mention of Monica, the girl we had both secretly harbored crushes on for what felt like an eternity. Lucas had a valid point, this plan had the potential to be a game changer. If we could gather more information about her, perhaps it would pave the way for a chance to eventually ask her out. I mean, we only have to be in ballet for about a month before we can stop going. Right? As the gravity of our plan sank in, I couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and anxiety. The prospect of getting closer to Monica was certainly enticing, but the potential consequences of our deception loomed in the background. Nevertheless, Lucas and I agreed to play our roles convincingly. After an hour we heard a knock on my bedroom door before Mom and Mrs. Troyer walked in. Well, boys, we've given it some thought, my mom began, trying to maintain a serious expression. We're willing to help you with this magical transformation. But remember, it's just for fun, and you can't let it interfere with your studies or anything else. We nodded vigorously, promising to keep our priorities in check. Our moms exchanged amused glances, clearly finding the entire situation more entertaining than they had anticipated. Also, you two must obey some of our own rules. Mrs. Troyer said, holding up a finger. Like what? I asked. Well, for starters, you two have to be in the class for a whole year, at least 2 days a week that are not class days. You have to become 10-year-olds to practice ballet at home, and you two have to be on your best behavior. I looked over at Lucas. Could we do this? I was only planning to be in this class for a month tops. Now, Mom was suggesting that we be in this class for a whole year. Lucas was the first to speak. I'll agree. He said. I sighed. This is not my plan at all. Fine, I guess I'll agree too. I said.